Before I became governor of Texas, I was the attorney general, and I was the attorney general who filed this lawsuit. This was the 31st lawsuit that I filed against the Obama administration. It's for the very reason that you were talking about, and that is because the president is violating the rule of law. Remember this, Dana, and that is the president himself said more than 20 times he didn't have the authority to change the law, and then he waited until 2 weeks after the 2014 election, and he changed it, and then he came out and publicly said, I just changed the law. This is an abuse of presidential authority. This tramples on the United States Constitution. If this is allowed, then the United States Constitution has been completely rewritten.
And one of the things that falls upon the state of Texas, of course, leading the charge, 26 states total that have filed suit against the federal government over this. The Solicitor General, was arguing, well, we can't have states, Governor, we just can't have states filing suits against the federal government every time they do something that the federal government doesn't like. What do you say? I mean, he didn't say it in those exact words, but boiling it down, that was the general sentiment. What's the response to a statement like that?
Well, for one, he pretty much did say that, but for another, there is a reason, Dana, why he felt like he could say something like that, and that's because of the United States Supreme Court itself. The United States Supreme Court itself in the Garcia versus San Antonio case back in 1985 said, well, the Supreme Court really couldn't enforce the 10th Amendment, and the states really don't have a right, and the way the states are supposed to hold the federal government accountable is through their elected officials. My point, Dana, is this. The United States Supreme Court is a co-conspirator in tearing down our Constitution, which is exactly why Verrilli was able to get up and argue that. And that, by the way, is exactly why I am calling for a convention of states so we can restore the Constitution to its original principles. And I outline this in my upcoming book, Broken But Unbound.